All right, so hello and welcome to the Sahamati Account Aggregator Hackathon 2020. I'm your host, Aaryaman Vir. I'm a volunteer with the iSpirit Foundation and I work closely with Sahamati to bring this exciting idea of account aggregators to life in India. We are very excited to welcome you to the world's first account aggregator hackathon. We have over 500 participants and a whole slew of amazing masterclasses and presentations and educational content planned for you in the next 4 weeks. So, what exactly is an account aggregator? Well, you'll learn everything about that today and over the next 4 weeks, but it's a new kind of entity that will help make India a data democracy. What do I mean by that? Well, you and I generate lots of data today, but that data isn't always easily accessible to us. We don't always get to benefit from it, even if other companies that store it for us do. It gets kept in silos by our banks, governments, hospitals, social media platforms, and more. There are good reasons for this, security being one of them. But that data, there are several issues that arise from this compartmentalization of data. I would be able to get a lot more value out of my data if I was able to access it in a simple, secure, and programmatic fashion. I would be able to streamline, aggregate, outsource, manipulate, and otherwise analyze my data in ways that just aren't possible today. And that is exactly what the account aggregator will enable, starting with financial data. Now, you might say that you can already access your financial data through things like PDFs on your net banking portal. And you are right. But these means of data access are very broken. And you will learn all about those reasons by the end of the day. I'm just here to welcome you and to set the context for the afternoon. I will leave all the education and knowledge sharing to our fantastic speakers. But before introducing our first speaker, I would just like to say a few thank yous. This effort was put together by a number of teams of volunteers, none of whom charged any money. Everybody involved in this event did it out of passion because they wanted to help kickstart a really important development in the world of Indian tech. So firstly, thank you to all of you, the hackers, for participating in this hackathon. We cannot wait to see what you build. Thank you to our attendees who are watching this from around India and the world. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you to our amazing keynote speaker, Mr. Nandan Nilekani. You are an inspiration to us all. Thank you to our masterclass presenters, judges, and mentors. You set the bar so high, we are very grateful to have you. Thank you to Team AirMeet, who has worked night and day to help us get ready for this event. Thank you to Team DevFolio, who are some of the most passionate and humble people in the ecosystem. They've organized this entire event for free just for the benefit of the community. And lastly, thank you to our sponsors, without whom this event would not be possible. Thank you, Sequoia Capital, Lending Card, Perfios, Yodlee, and One Money. With all of that out of the way, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Mr. BG Mahesh, the co-founder and CEO of Sahamati. Prior to this stint in national service and infrastructure building, Mahesh was the founder and MD of OneIndia.com, which was acquired by Daily Hunt. He is also one of the nicest people you will meet. Over to you, Mahesh.
Hey, thank you. Now, Aaryaman, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are safe and doing well at home. Just a second, I'm about to project the screen. It's always a challenge. Yeah, so I hope you can see the screen. I'm really excited, to welcome each of you, to the very first account aggregator hackathon. And in this introduction, I would want to explain to you that what we are, what Sahamati is, and what is the current status of the account aggregator ecosystem. So, Sahamati is a collective of the account aggregator ecosystem. It is a not-for-profit company. So, what it means is, Sahamati is formed out of the account aggregators, the FIPs and the FIUs. And our three main goals is to increase the adoption of AA. We are increasing the awareness of AA, especially because it is very, very new. And we are ensuring that it is a fair playground by improving the existing the technical standards, which are the APIs and the schemas we are introducing. The new schemas. By working with the entire ecosystem and then with the help of Revit, we bring it to life. And I know we have also worked on the certification or framework with with Aegis networks. What it means is, okay, because the AAs, FIPs, and FIUs need to implement everything according to the Revit standards. We need to ensure that it has been implemented according to that, due to which the interoperability is ensured, and we also keep an eye about the code of conduct, because with all of this will increase the trust what a consumer will have in this account aggregator ecosystem. And the account aggregator ecosystem is fairly new, so it is very important for us to innovate fast and ensure the use cases we come up with will solve the problems what we face in our everyday life. And we are working with all the account aggregators, the FIPs, FIUs, your product managers, all of them to actually continuously innovate and improve what we have in this ecosystem. So I'm sure many of you have seen this, and Aaryaman has already informed that already we are sharing information from our FIPs to the FIUs, but the way it is being shared now isn't being done in a very in a very crude way, not a secure way, and not in a very a trusted way, because either the information is being shared by email, or actually screen scraping, or you have to share your credentials. Okay, but with the help of the account aggregator ecosystem, we are able to share all this information with the FIU in a very secure way, and only for the purpose the FIU is asking for. So I'm not going to explain this fully, because soon my colleague Siddharth will be explaining the technical architecture of this entire ecosystem. He will explain the flow and all the APIs and schemas which are involved in this. So where are we now? See, so the RBI has issued the NBFCAA to 7 of the companies, and of the 7, 3 of them have already received the operating licenses, which is One Money, GAMS, and FinView. What it means is they will be able to launch their commercial services, and I'm sure the other 4 will be also going to get their operating license very soon. And on the left, you see the FIPs and FIUs. All these actually the brands what you see are the huge brands, the trusted brands who have huge reach in the ecosystem. As you can see, they are having reach of over 44,000 bank branches. And if you see in the wave one, we have like only 10 brands, and we have a long way to go, because we have another 160 to 180 banks which are yet to come on board. And we have few thousand NBFCs, RIAs, the wealth managers, the insurance companies. All of these are yet to actually come on board. So once everybody is on this ecosystem, you can really imagine what the reach is going to be, and how each of the customers of all these banks and all the institutions will find the ecosystem very useful. So now, because it's a new field, as you can see, the innovation becomes important. Now when we go to any of the banks, or you go for any of the things you want from a financial institution, you have to sign a very long forms which we don't understand. We only sign, and with the help of the account aggregator, because the UI UX is far better, the important fields or the parameters are shown to the client, and what exactly you are signing up for. Okay, but still, when it comes to actually the consent, we still have a long way to go, because when you want to get this account aggregator to be used in the real Bharat, we need to think about what it means to give a consent, ask for a consent. Actually, in what way we can ask? Will it have to support Indian language, or it will have, actually the voice support, pictorial, what it is going to be. And I hope in this hackathon, few of the teams will be going to solve this very, very important issue we have. And someday we need to have it should be offered even on the old phones or the feature phones. And the FI use case is the one which actually decides how useful a public infrastructure is, because what you see is the four most popular use cases which are there. And I'm sure when AA is applied in each of this use case, the entire thing becomes a lot smoother for the FIU to acquire data, and even for you to share data, it becomes far easier. Okay, but what we are looking forward is to hear from the hackathon teams on how each of these use cases can improve, and it will be exciting to see, are there any more new use cases you folks can inform us that which we can implement in the real world. So what is AA about? So until now, all the corporations have been using our data to sell some of their products, but now we want to invert this whole thing. It is a high time that we are able to gain with our own data. So is there any way can we use our data wealth to improve our economic wealth? So that is the final goal of this entire ecosystem. So with that, I would want to ask Aaryaman to explain about our hackathon and how it is going to be held and in all of the classes. Yeah, back to you. Back to you, Aaryaman.
Thank you, Mahesh, for that great welcome speech. So yes, as the slide says, we had over 1,250 applicants to this hackathon. We have 500 people participating. We have hundreds of teams, dozens of speakers, and we've organized a lot of educational content. So the hackathon begins today. Teams will begin hacking today. We'll have detailed presentations about the API sandboxes tomorrow. For the next 4 weeks, teams will be working on their projects, brainstorming. And at the end of those 4 weeks, on Saturday, 1st August, teams will present their final projects to a panel of judges. Then the following day, on 2nd August, we'll have a prize distribution ceremony and closing ceremony. And in between that time, between now and 1st August, we'll have lots and lots of events and masterclasses. So we're about to take a short break, after which we will come back with Mr. Nandan Nilekani, our keynote speaker. So in that time, please use the social lounge feature of AirMeet. Get used to AirMeet. There's lots of amazing features here. There's a support table dedicated to AirMeet. So in case you have any questions or issues, the team will be there. Just click on AirMeet table to join and sit at that table. There's also a Sahamati table and a DevFolio table in case you have any other questions. Lastly, I just want to tell our hackers that two very important things. The first one is that you must join the official Slack channel of the hackathon. You've gotten an email about that, so please join the Slack. Secondly, you have a document called the Hack Bible, which is also sent to you, which has all the details you need for the hackathon. So please look at those two.